Hi, it's Thad with Willoway. As we're moving through mid-September here, we're at 16th. We've started getting cooler nights. We've been in a period of kind of dry weather. We've had almost 2 weeks now of kind of dry weather. Forecast looks like we're dry. But so we're starting to see plants kind of see some stress from the drought, but then also the effects of the cold nights are having. And so Itea is actually, it's not a drought situation. This is a situation where the cold nights have triggered it to start showing a little bit of its fall color. And as you can see behind me, the Itea Little Henrys here, the tips are starting to kind of show that fall color. So we got a really nice crop here, and they're really kind of coming out on their own here. So Itea is a great one in the fall, great landscape plant. You get the seasonal interest in the spring with the flowering, late spring. And then you've got a nice foliage crop in the summer, and then you get this fall color. So a lot of good interest. We have several varieties that we grow here at Willoway, and just wanted to kind of highlight that the nighttime temperatures getting down in that lower 50s here is starting to trigger us to the plants to kind of slow down and shut down. So I wanted to stop and talk about roses a little bit. We've been talking all year how we do a split trim on roses throughout the season to keep them kind of in that fresh bloom, bud and bloom. And that's what we got here is the buds are just starting to set here. This was our last, when we finished up our last split trim on the farm. So we have stuff that's not been trimmed, and then we trim these, and these are ready to start flowering again, pretty heavy. So roses are still out there, something that we keep real fresh all season long and looking great. So we stopped in the beginning of September, usually the first 2 weeks or so. We kind of make a judgment of what the weather's doing, how things are going, and kind of wrap up, because we do want these plants to harden off for the winter. It's important with the days lengths going shorter, roses are going to grow much more slowly. They don't come back into rebloom quite as quick. So it's usually a 4 to 6 week rebloom from trimming. So wanted to cover that a little bit up here. A couple other things, growing degree days, we're at 2906 here in Avon. That's pretty late in the year. So with the cooler nights and the daytime temperatures going down, we will not climb in degree days all that much. So it'll slow down at least. So what pests are out there, getting a lot less because we're later in the season here. We're really past all the scales and anything moving with those. But what we do see in the fall, which we have to watch out for, is disease pressure building. So with the dampness on the leaves, with dews in the morning, it's really important, like powdery mildew comes back into play. Powdery mildew, really, for the spores to really germinate and enter the tissue of the leaf surface, you really need a long protracted period of moisture on the leaves. So like with roses, we manage to water, we water them only mornings only, so the foliage is dry. They're pretty much dried up right now. There's no from our morning watering. And we're here just in early afternoon, right after lunch. So really critical to manage water to keep them looking great. That's also black spots, another concern that you could have. Got to really stay on a regular fungicidal program and manage water to help mitigate those disease pressures. The other one is downy mildew we see, so you'll start to see that creep into some plants as well. Rudbeckia is really a plant that's susceptible to it. Buddleia can be susceptible to it. There's a number of plants that we want to watch for. So, and then also the other one that's kind of a big one is crown rots. If the media stays or the site stays wet for too long, you can have plants get crown rot this time of year pretty readily. So it's important to watch for that and make sure that they're slightly drying between waterings.